When you close your eyes as you're falling asleep, direct your attention to the eyelids where morphing visuals will begin as you slip out of consciousness, or in the falling state before sleep. Remain in that falling for as long as possible, focusing only on the eyes. You will see bursts of light transform into faces, figures, and scenes. You are observing the formation of a dream. Nothing looks quite right or fully fleshed out. It's distorted and grotesque, and you're not actually in the dream yet since you're still awake. This is a dream skeleton, a unique state where you are witnessing the strange and macabre birth of a dream. A quick nap is the easiest time to watch a dream skeleton, or at least to learn how to watch one because you have a better chance of remembering it after you wake up. Part of the imagination must occur in the visual system and the retina itself. But why? And where does this come from? Over the last million or so years, humans and human ancestors have been using fire to stay warm in the long winters and the ice ages, as protection from predators and a weapon to hunt and trap animals, cooking food that was otherwise inedible to us and allowing for great quantities of fallen fruits and nuts to be gathered, and later for clearing land for farming. The entire way of life, from survival to diet and nutrition and home, revolved around the use of fire, summarized simply as fire economies. The stereotypical image of a weakened, lonely human huddled against the daunting forces of nature as being the standard, expected life for hundreds of thousands of years is largely false. Humans used fire manically. They burned down entire stretches of forest at a time, only stopping when a natural barrier put the fire out. In fact, over the course of that million years has seen man shape the earth with fire, especially the vegetative and plant life. Contrary to popular belief, natural fires are rare. Most wildfires are caused by human activity. Man used fires to manipulate entire ecologies of the earth, such as creating grasslands and prairies. This was a result of continued forest burnings. A time-lapse of the last million years would see the Earth up in constant flames, the scale of which would probably make World War II look peaceful. That was fire's external role, or external use, but important still for understanding how fire changed humans internally. Man also sat by the bonfire each night, extending the hours of wakefulness and causing changes in the brain. This and the access to all types of food through the burning of forests, with accidental cooking and later by deliberate cooking. Depending on the flame, person, and mentality, the brain can enter various states when fire gazing, such as gamma, alpha, or theta, all used for developing different skills, thoughts, and socializing and storytelling. The stimulation of the fire forced the brain to be active in a new way from what it was used to at that time. The eyes must have undergone huge changes as well. I imagine human ancestors had much better nocturnal vision that was slowly replaced by the ability to handle and process intense sources of light even after the sun went down because of fire. Staring into a fire causes the flames to etch their tongues into the retina, leaving after images stained into the photoreceptors. An after image is the sort of natural opposite of a phosphene. Instead of light being produced from within, external light is impressed into the vision. In both cases, the imagination is stimulated and influenced, because, remember, part of that imagination and dreams take place in the visual system. That's why we stare off at things and our mind wanders. But what we actually stare at can shape where the trail of imagination goes. Take the difference between staring at something static, like a crow's feet wall or popcorn ceiling, and people watching, or looking at a crowd, or even between two types of movies. Fire, however, was our longest source of imaginative stimulation, and some even theorize it's why movies and phone screens are so appealing to us, because we adapted ourselves for that kind of light and stimulation for many hours at a time. When you stare into a flame and close your eyes, the after image is trapped inside and can be manipulated and will begin to morph on its own in much the same way as the dream skeletons. Indeed, the two can be combined. By sleeping after staring at the flames, something that was likely a nightly occurrence, you would have this incredible visual show every single night. We will call these fire eidolons. These fire eidolons would make up the bulk of human imagination over the last million years, the physical point or source of mankind's most ancient heritage for storytelling, dreams, and imagination. Anyone can experience these fire eidolons, whether you have a fire or just a candle. Simply stare at one until you go to sleep, and then focus on the vision like you did for the dream skeletons. Every fire is unique based on what is being burned, inhaling the smoke, the pattern, and color of the flames, which can be changed through salts and other substances, the state of consciousness, your mentality, being either sober or intoxicated on any variety of plants and drinks. All of these can change the experience, even what happened to you throughout the day. Explore what story these fire eidolons have to tell you, the spirit of the flames living inside you for a brief and unexplainable dream. An intrinsic light show personal to you, yet why such visuals can be sources of omens, intuition, divination, or other truths and revelations is another mystery in and of itself. Perhaps the light of the flames hold information that gets released through combustion, which can be captured by the retina and processed through the fire eidolons. Messages from the logs and bark, lichen, leaves, and twigs, oxygen, and microbes, all being burned and released as flaming ghosts possessing the visual cortex for a moment of scintillating illusion.